Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Keith here, Jesse on the camera, and tonight on the bench we've got Vanquish's newest release, the VRD Carbon, the 1/10 scale high performance competition chassis kit. Let's take a look at that. Okay guys, so before we crack the box open, go over a couple quick things. We've got all the awesome details on the back, so I'll read those off to you. So it comes with the aluminum slipper lockout on the VFD transmission already, so no slipper, just straight direct drive locked out. It does come with the aluminum bearing hanger plates instead of the plastic ones for the bearings. Now that upgrade, to me, really, the plastic is fine. I've never really had an issue with it, and I'm not running 6S on mine, a beat on my crap, but it's been fine. So that's nice that they threw it in there. It does have the chromoly output shaft on the transmission. On the front, we've got some weighted alloys on the knuckles. You can see a better picture of them up here. Now they're not brass, they are just an alloy, so they're just kind of scrap metal, whatever they threw in there. Something with a bit of weight. It's probably some kind of lead and aluminum mix or something like that. Who knows? Just don't put it in your mouth though. They 4-link the front of it. Now typically your Vanquish trucks are always being 3-linked with a panhard in the front. Now they went to a chassis mounted servo, or no, sorry, they went to an axle mounted servo away from the chassis mounted servo that they normally run, so they had to go with a 4-link. 4-link and axle mounted servos work together, and 3-link is required for chassis mounted servos. Basically it's depending on your link setup, depending where your servo goes on the setup, so that's nice to see that done properly. Yeah, besides that, stainless steel links. It's got the plastic F10 portal axles on there. They're great axles. Now we just did our Poise T3 build, and we used the F10 non-portal axles, so we can keep our center of gravity nice and low. That might be something we might look at doing down the road, seeing how the truck sets up and sits. Now, it looks like they've put enough arch up in the chassis to fit the portals. A lot of the issues that we're having with companies that are putting portals onto trucks that are not built to have a portal, they're not changing the design of their chassis, is you're just raising the height of the truck a lot, where if you do put a portal in, you need it to be able to come up higher into the chassis. It looks like they've got that accomplished here. We'll get down that road once we get it built. Another thing is they're running the Incision 90mm S8E shocks on it, and judging by the picture where everything's sitting, I'm pretty sure they've lifted up the chassis to make that work, because if you put 90 mils on any of the other portal trucks out there, besides I guess like a Traxxas which comes on them, you're going to notice that right away. So very excited to get into that. The F10 axles come with brass beef tube inserts to give you a little bit more down low weight on it. It's got your basic ISD10 plastic dry shafts front and rear. They work great. I haven't broke one yet. They do come with the machined gears in the axles and the transmission, which is an upgrade on it. Yeah, what else? That's about it, I think. That's really all that matters. Oh, of course, the obvious carbon fiber frame rails. They are a TVP, twin vertical plate. It means 2 vertical plates with no other shape, just twin vertical flat plates mounted together with everything in between them. Just make sure when you're putting together a TVP chassis, don't tighten up any of the screws in the chassis fully until they're all in, and you can square it off and line it up, because you can build it cattywampus of itself pretty easily. So little pro tip when it comes to building it. Oh yeah, high clearance links in the rear. That's pretty cool to see on the kit factory too. Okay guys, let's crack it open really quick and have a quick peek before we go through it. It has a ton of actually cool stickers. I like stickers, especially cool stickers. It's got a bunch of them in there. Manual is about the same size as average. It's not like that Red Cat manual we pulled out the other day. That was about that big, just huge. Bags, everything's bagged up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like Jesse said, there's only 6 parts to this build. We better be able to build it tonight, or we better just be able to retire. So I need to shut up, and we need to crack bag A, B, and C open and get going. We'll get back to you guys in a few minutes. I'm up. Okay guys, there you go. A few hours later, we got the truck done. No, I was joking, it's been like a week. Things take forever around here, but it's done. It's looking fantastic. We added some purple details to the springs because we wanted to go with the purple body. We'll get into that in a minute, but anyhow, we're sitting on the Vanquish 1.9 tank wheels. We do have the gold scale hardware on order. It just was out of stock right now at Eliminators. We're waiting on that to come in. We wrapped those in the VXT2 tire, vented them in 4 spots on the carcass of the tire with a hole punch. Inside we're running the Vanquish dual stage foam. We're going to give those a shot. Normally not the biggest fan of a dual stage foam. I like it more just a solid consistent, but I like to try new things, so we'll check these out. The Pro line are not bad. These ones feel like they're a little bit firmer on the outside and softer on the inside, so we'll see if that kind of works out, hopefully for the better. Anyhow, moving on, we went with the Quick Run Fusion Special Edition motor we showed you earlier in the video. We got that all set up. We used a standard hobbywing programmer card so we could reverse the motor direction for the portal axles, and that's pretty much about it. I did turn down the drag brake from 5 to 3 and the drag brake force from 5 to 3 also. Just, I like to have a little bit of drag brake but not a full lockup. So yeah, that's about it. Went pretty good. We did utilize their tray on this side of the motor. They give you the option to leave out this bar or put in the tray or put in the bar. We did both. We just cut down the bar 9 millimeters, put the bar in, put the tray in. We've got the on-off switch and the programming block mounted front, our radio in the back, and I just made a cheesy quick little antenna holder actually out of some of the packaging. I'm just gonna put some clear, get rid of the tape on there, put some clear vinyl, and that's gonna do its job for now. Now, with this kit, they give you the side sliders with the battery tray, but they have the battery to be looped out the bottom, and I don't want my battery loop hanging out the bottom for obvious reasons, so we're going to do a tray and mount the battery right behind here, and we're going to run one of our little 1300 smart packs that we run in our Poised. I might have put it away, I don't think we have it out, but same one we're running the Poised little 1300 3S pack. It's going to sit in there nicely. The Quick Run Fusion is actually very, very happy with it. We set it up on the Spectrum VX5 Rugged. So we got some drag brake, but kind of right where I like it. I can still kind of slide in, and the truck is still drivable. If I need to catch it, I'll catch it with my hands. So you turn it up too pretty quickly. But very nice, like low speed, very nice, and yeah, very, very happy. And the FOC works just fantastic, right? So you grab that tire, and it's like, nope, we're going. So be careful, you can break things very easily with an FOC system, so you actually have to kind of watch what your tires and situations are getting into a little bit more. Besides that though, it's a good kind of cool feeling, and you can shut it off. So if you don't like it, just click it off. I didn't read enough in the manual or anything if this is a censored or censoredless. It just says brushless crawler from what I can see on here. Yeah, brushless crawler system. It works great. Enough said. I like it. And for the steering, you guys remember we had that Reese 500 hanging out from another build that we replaced with some NSDRC servos, so we threw that into this one. They're a great servo. We really like the Raw 500. It's becoming one of our very favorite servos. Good power for the dollar. Good performance. They look good, and they hold up. We've been running them for a long time, and no big issues. So Vanquish supplies a sintered or cast metal servo horn on the front. We of course painted that purple to go with our body, allegedly. So, and speaking of carbon, guys, have you seen our new CowRC Carbon Series mat, our new Screw Catcher Magnetic Series Carbon Series mat with the new mouse pad underneath? Completely new look for the bench now that we're back and in action. Check them out, cowerc.com. We'll do another in-depth video with a couple maintenance tips and such for your carbon mat coming up. Okay, so earlier we were deciding on the body choice. We tried the Axial Pro, did not like the fit of it. It was just too narrow, too low, just didn't look right for the build. That looks really good on the Axial Pro, but it just didn't suit the VRD Carbon. So we went the Cliffhanger. I know we watched Harley Design's video, and he pretty much said it was pretty much a good fit, so we just went with that. Simple choice. Now we painted this purple. It's not really purple. I don't see any purple in there at all. I see really dark red and maybe some maroon and stuff like that. It is Spastic's hard candy purple backed in gold, which they recommend backing in white, silver, or gold. So we did it in gold to get the deepest look, and it kind of turned the color of it red. Now I did put a layer of lame flake in between, and there is some smoke around the flames on the airbrushing on the outside, so maybe it's just a combination of that. Maybe I put too many layers on, I don't know, but I really like the way it came out. It looks really good. Definitely not purple though. We'll have to shoot again, try to get a purple body, which we're trying to get. But this one, yeah, is winning. We did the lights front and rear, as it did come with the light pause. I just need to do a little trim on the plastic, make the body fit down proper. The front, again, because the headlight bucket is now hitting the frame where it's notched out, and the rear. So yeah. Otherwise, build quality, kit accuracy, all that stuff was pretty on point. There is a few errors in the manual. They're nothing major. You can work it out. Harley Design actually has a video on the VRD going over all the issues that he knows of in the manual. I think there's one more on page 14 that I don't think he added, that I kind of noticed. The back half of the transmission, when you put it on, doesn't show the third bearing that is listed in your bearing count, doesn't show it getting installed. Right there. Okay. Simple. Bearing count 3. 1, 2, 3. It shows 1, 2, and the third one goes on the end of the shaft, on the end after the gear, into the plastic housing. When you look at the housing, you will see where the bearing goes. If you don't put it in, you'll have problems. You'll figure it out pretty quick. So I think that's about the only real other mistake that he doesn't have listed. The other ones are pretty basic. It says put a couple screws here, a couple screws there that are wrong size, but all the right hardware and stuff is in the kit. You don't have to worry about waiting on parts to get shipped out to build your kit. So just use the help that's out there, figure it out, go pretty quick. That's about it. Fantastic kit. Okay, so normally at this time of the video, we like to get the truck outside, go for a run, but it is winter here. We do have some plus weather coming, but it ain't enough to go out and actually do some rock crawling. Our friends at ProNoobRC, Winnipeg, Manitoba, have their indoor crawling course opening up in about a month's time. So it's going to be about a month before we get this guy out there, actually get a little bit of running in. One thing is it is on 90s, the shocks, 90mm shocks, and I think we do want to try a set of 80s on in there, or at least internally limit them a little bit. I don't like this much droop. I'm more of a kind of a, as you guys know, our builds are mostly slam belly draggers. We kind of like low, because then you can get them side hilling really well and stuff like that. They don't tumble, so who knows. But we are, to give it a fair shot, I do like to build them exactly as they are listed in the manual and then go out and drive them. We do have all the shocks and the body positions and everything mounted to where they said. I think we brought these up a little bit to fit, but the shock positions, everything are all exactly where the manual has it listed. So it is kind of fun to get out, drive it to where it's supposed to be built, and then start doing your mods from there. If you just start modding it, you don't know if it was already good and you've just made it worse out of the box. So we'll get out, give it a good run, and then we'll go from there. So okay, so I'm gonna shut up. We'll see you guys back in about 3 or 4 videos from now with this guy with some indoor crawl footage. It'll be cold, it will be dusty. It's not gonna be the greatest place to get good traction and test, but there is some really good articulation, some good climbing in there where we can really test it out. But I'm gonna shut up. We'll see you guys back here with this guy in a couple weeks.